Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are going to be reviewing a Platinum Reinhardt/Hog player. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do feel free to like and subscribe. That definitely helps me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join the Discord in the description below, and from there you can see my rates, participate in the recruiter friend thing, see when I'm streaming, connect with other people getting coached, all that good stuff. Okay, so I can live with this, but he beat you to the punch and you did want to take this space to potentially have this corner. You don't really want to play from here. You did want to work your way up here, but that's fine. I know you're a little worried about, hey, Lucio could come around and boot me, so this is potentially a little bit safer, but you need to be putting your hog in an equally dangerous position to their hog. Yeah, that's the Lucio. Now you're just bounced. Like, you can't just hold this space anymore. You either give it up and say, that's life, or you go around and you try to brawl them from the side. Yeah, this is over. Just reset, not a big deal. Oh, let's get the right thing here. Good. You don't want to just like stand here for your team to do things with your shield. Your team will learn to use natural cover. You don't need to be giving up shield before you're ready to push up. If you want to just, pocket shield the Bastion, that's fine, but he's not in turret form right now, so he's not useful to pocket. Is your team really here? Is your team really ready? So that's a no. You should know that your McCree is still working his way up here. If you want to bait their attention about a second and a half from now, that's fine. But maybe in a second from now, that's fine. But you're not ready to split their attention yet. Your McCree isn't quite ready. Okay, so now you want to push up with this. Yeah, there you go. And this lets your McCree push up. He's going to be fighting the Tracer Pharmacy, but this is fine. You can take this fight. You can't push into the open here. You don't have any shield and you don't have enough health. You could push to here. You couldn't push to here. Even if Roadhog wasn't immediately going to throw a hook, you couldn't push to here. You could only push to here with where your resources were. And that's fine, because that was still threatening enough for your Bastion to try and do stuff up here, for your McCree Mercy to try and take space over here. Looks like they lost that battle, but that's, that's fine. You overpushed this. And it's not that you overpushed it because you got hooked, it's that you overpushed it because there was enemies there and you didn't have enough shield or resource to be pushing that far. Nope. Okay, good. Get your 6. Are you swapping? Is that what we're doing? You want to be the hog now, okay. It's fine. Good. I mean, you're down someone already. This is just a mess. Okay, and you guys still have the Bastion. I just don't know that you can be playing Hog Zarya with the Bastion like this. This is Plat, really? I'm surprised that we're seeing someone stick on Bastion when we've got Hog and Zarya as our tank line. I don't think you could make this swap. I think you could play Reinhardt, Orisa, maybe you could play Sigma. Maybe you're just hoping that the Bastion will swap. I don't know. But you're not going to be able to rotate in, and if you are, you need to sort of do the split push that we were talking before, where one of you pushes this way, the rest of the team pushes like this, or, a couple this way, couple this, or a couple this way, someone out here. Like, this is a messy comp at this point. He did that while you were still breathing. You didn't have time to hook him. Unfortunate. But again, I don't want you guys all gathered in the same place like this. You're too vulnerable. if your Bastion is going to get set up to do any work, it needs to be because you guys are baiting attention away from him, not that he's with you. And Hog is very good at baiting attention away by going somewhere else. So again, you don't want to... now Valk's going super early, but generally you wouldn't want to be going with your team like this. Except the objective's over. Okay. Messy round. Let's see what you're playing next round. See if it's better.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So we're coming out with the Hog. You've still got the... oh, you have a ball off tank now. Okay. Or you have a ball main tank, really. Why did you take a breather there rather than just grab the Mega? Like, I know you're thinking, hey, it's a mult charge, etc., but you potentially want to be ready to push into this fight. At least before you lost ball, you wanted to be ready to push into this fight, which means you were better off keeping your cooldown and getting that Mega. Tracer's not going to break sight like that on you. Don't expect Tracer to just open a sight line like that. Tracer, if she's got a sight line closed on you and needs to open it, she should be blinking to open it, because you don't know exactly how close to the edge she is when she blinks, and that changes where she'll show up. So you shouldn't expect Tracer against a Hog with a hook to just open a sight line like that. You should expect her to blink it, which means you can't just throw a predictive hook right at this corner expecting that she's going to walk into it. It's I mean, maybe you can, but as you go up, you won't be able to. It's not a habit I'd recommend developing now.
I could use some assistance.
The objective is now activated.
Why are you trying to push into this? You're down 2 at least. Like, you haven't earned this space yet. Are you thinking you can push them back? Because I don't think you can. I think there's 2 of you versus 5 of them. 3 of you versus 5 of them. Sort of. That Bastion doesn't really have a sight line to help with this stuff. Like, this isn't... we'll be curious if that hook goes through. This isn't something that you have earned. Your team hasn't earned this space. You can help them earn this space, but you really don't even want to try to help earn this space until you have a little more presence of your team. So don't feed into this. Traded. Why are you still here? Like, you already did your work. You got the hook. That was going to be your contribution. You should not expect now with right clicks to out poke them. You have a high burst window with your hook where you can go, hey, I am peeking into something uneven, but I think it's okay because I have a small burst window, my hook, where I can do a ton of value, and then I'll just leave. Like, you can chance it a little bit more than some heroes and be like, hey, I have one-shot potential, therefore I have a little bit more excuse to do this, and I can live with that, but you still want to then go, okay, I exploited my one-shot window, I took advantage of it, and actually got the one-shot. Why would you now stay here? Like, yes, their Hog doesn't have hook either, but they have 4 people with line of sight on you, and you are 1 person with line of sight on 4 people without your one-shot ability anymore. This is bad. You're just feeding them. Like, as soon as you got that hook, that was great. That helps your team get out of spawn. That helps your team take back space in 3 seconds. Don't waste it by being here where you're going to feed them much more ult charge than you get back. Yeah, the rotate, exactly. Well, unfortunate everyone did, but... Okay. Watch your back. Okay, so your ball's early, and that's unfortunate, but you do need to potentially be peeking out of here as quick as you can to see if there's something. You're getting up here and peeking out here as quick as you can, because your ball is early. You may just let him feed. Yeah. Okay, so probably a reset again. It's only at 30%. It's okay to let them have another 15-20% while you wait for ball. Ball will come back fast if your team doesn't now feed. This Hog is so punishable. If you calm that Hog is so punishable. He'd never get out. You'd go in here, your team would come at him from in here. Oh, your team rotated further left than I thought. Never mind. Never mind. You just shouldn't be up here. As a tank, it is your job to understand engagement timings better than anyone on your team except maybe your Lucio. So, like, this... You got the turnaround because your Bastion got work done. Good. Mm-hmm. Fine. You can throw out your hooks somewhat rapidly. Yeah, I don't care that you throw a low probability hook there. You're up by enough. Where are you playing from? If your McCree's here, you probably don't want to be here, so I'm glad that you backed off. Are you going to play from over here? Are you going to peek in here? Just make sure you don't get booped off. You could play from here. You could control this angle. Like, this is fine. Just don't be with your McCree and don't be 100% out in the open. Mm-hmm. Dodge it. I don't think you needed that breather, but let's take a look. You're at 400 health? Yeah, I think you were fine, but whatever. Okay. You didn't try to hook that, but, you know, that's life. You know that you can whole hog safely here. They don't have anything to punish you for whole hogging. We've already seen Shatter and Hook both come out. What do I eat that gets my brain so massive? You know, it's probably not my diet. I like my carbs and my dairy a little too much. I exercise a lot, but my diet isn't what it should be as a 31-year-old. It could be a little better. I'm not like eating a bunch of junk food, but I like, you know, food a little too much. Specifically, you know, carbs, like pasta, pizza, all that good stuff. Good. So you went for the whole hog. You can control this angle a little better. You don't have to be backing up. Backing up actually makes their angle on you better. Staying close makes their angle harder. So, just something to be aware of. You're done. Yep. It's fine. Stall it out. They're gonna turn this. They should close this out, but you can stall this out better. Well, okay. Works for me. Sometimes you turn fights that, you know, they should have had the advantage going into. Good. Good. You're hitting some good hooks in the chaos of this fight.
Step right up.
Roadhog rides
I am on fire.
Helden sterben nicht.
Fire at will.
There's Hook. That's your key that you can whole hog to win this point now. There you go. Okay, so definitely some questionable pushing out of spawn there, but that was probably the biggest issue we saw, where you're going like, hey, we're gonna push out of spawn, and it seems in general, when you also on the first round got pushed back to your spawn, you guys were in some trouble figuring out how to path back, figuring out, hey, we want to do split approaches, not as one, but also going, hey, we want to push out as 3, not as 6, not as 4, we want to push out as 6, etc.
Lucio, I never realized your father was the one who invented Vishka's sonic technology.
The Cortec was his life's work, owned and patented by Vishka.
Okay, so this is really a hog review, because you're staying on hog, which is fine.
You hear that?
Moira,
I've just lied to my audience because I was told this was a Roadhog review, and there was not very much Rhine. Once you're doing this, you have the Bastion again. So if you have the Bastion, I don't really want you playing for shield break. Your Bastion is going to be all of the shield break in the world that you need. If you were playing with your Kree and Hanzo, yeah, you could stand behind your Ryan, play for shield break, and then hit the easy hooks once the shield is broken. Given, however, that you have the Bastion that is just automatically going to win you the shield break war, you're actually better off relieving pressure from your team's shield and helping them set up easier by being threatening from a different direction. Hog can play with his core, but given the comp that you have, you're better off playing flank Hog right now. Yeah, I'll continue to bully him. I mean, bullying people is what I do. I do not have the friendliest reviews. I like to think they're helpful, but I, generally don't go too easy on people. I think I bully them to a level that they can handle, and that, in general, we're a little too nice with reviewing and coaching these days. But, if people, I do tone it down a little as we go down the ladder. You need to leave. You're the only one here. You need to, no. You need to be turned away, because turning away minimizes your hitbox. You're taking a breather. Use your taking a breather to get out here. Like, you don't want to still be here. You didn't want to turn and look back at these guys. You wanted to be going, oh, I'm out. And if they pin you, they land here. They actually would have gone flashbanged, though you didn't know that. And you don't care that you get pinned here, because now there's a Reinhardt way in your team space instead of his, and he'll get punished, and you'll probably get the health back. Okay, so I want to see if you guys play it better this time. They've taken less of your spawn space, but they have taken a little bit of space past main, and you guys were struggling to push back in last time. Well, the last couple times. So I don't mind you taking it this time, and the reason I'm less mindful of you taking it this time, I mind a little bit now that you took the second elimination there, but I didn't mind you taking the 5v5 at all, because the fight is happening in a place where your respawn is closer. So you can go, yeah, we're going to take the 5v5 and our respawn will come faster. It would also be fine to not take it and then go, hey, we're going to get our 6 back, and then we'll take the 6v5 and we'll have a 4 or 5 second advantage, but I'm okay with you taking the 5v5 this time. Well, I'd be okay with the 5v5 generally, but it's even better. I'm okay with you pushing with the less than 6 this time. How's that? Most of the time you were pushing, with 3 or 4 into 6. Little slow to acquire that. You saw the hit markers there. She's to the left, and you can shoot at her just fine, even without your hook. Like, retreating back, that's fine. Get back to cover, but you can take your shots at her. So your Reinhardt's back and your Bastion's on this angle. So I want you to go up a different angle than your Rein and Bastion go. Flank Hog is the right thing in this situation, even with the Sombra wandering. Breathe. You don't have it. Never mind. I'm just thinking you should. What did you use it for again?
Rendezvous at my position.
No. You're not in danger. You're just taking space, and you're taking space that your team basically already controls, so it's not even taking space. You're taking free space. Like, you're with your Ryan and your Bastion. Your Mercy would be happy as soon as she rounds this corner to heal you. No, this is a bad use of Take a Breather. And once you've used Take a Breather like this, you lose some of your status as your ability to actually tank. So you should definitely no longer be in front. Why are you in front of your Reinhardt after you've used Take a Breather? You shouldn't have used Take a Breather, and you should be on a flank, etc. You definitely shouldn't be in front of your Reinhardt. This is like a Zarya without bubble at half HP standing in front of his Reinhardt. Why would you do that? You can, stand in front of your Reinhardt when you have bubble available, but if bubble's on cooldown, you back up, you take an angle, etc. And I'm okay with you backing up. I'd prefer you to take an angle. Funny how that works. And you're dead there because you wasted breather. That's just what happens. Okay. Keep the angle. Yep, that's fine. I don't really love that you just stayed in the open here. You should have been closing this angle, but now it is serving you well to be able to take this shot on the Rhine. I hope you can take this shot on this Rhine and get value, and then immediately go into breather. Breather, breather, breather. Why are you looking? Why are you looking? Okay. I'm going to show you Hog's head hitbox when you're doing this versus doing this. Let's take a look. I am a normal height enemy hero. It's kind of hard to see Hog's head hitbox from this side. I am a normal height enemy hero. Oh, there's a nice big head hitbox right there, and I'll do it from an equal distance back here. Oh, pretty hard to see Hog's head. Easy to hit headshots. Hard to hit headshots. Easy to hit headshots. If you're taking a breather, just turn around and do that. So, turn around. If you're taking a breather and you know where everything is, you don't need to hit a hook or something the instant breather ends because you're trying to retreat to cover or something with your breather. That's fine. Minimize your hitbox. Turn around. Good. Where's your Bastion? I legit don't know. Where's your Bastion? And that I don't know means you don't know. So let's take a look. Your Bastion's back here. Okay. Have you checked to see where your Bastion's setting up? Is he setting up on point? Like directly behind your Rhine? Like right here? Is that what he's doing? Yeah, he kind of is. So that's okay. You could be going, hey, I'm going to bully from over here. I'm going to be annoying from over here. You don't want to be here. You don't really want to be here. You don't, need to be in Bastion's sight lines. You need to threaten them from a different direction. You need to make it so that if they have cover from Bastion, they don't have cover from you. If they have cover from you, they're less likely to have cover from Bastion, etc. That's what you're doing when you're opening angles. Oh, watch the Roadhog, not the Bastion. We're just not taking the free BAP with the hook there? Really? Really? That hurts. That hurts. Why are we hooking the Reinhardt shield instead of the free BAP that was above his Reinhardt? And was even falling, so he had a predictable arc. He couldn't, super jump out of that because he was even falling for part of it. He can't move. Okay. Okay. You don't need to get cute. If you go for the hog, I can live with it, but you don't need to get this cute. Remember, there is a Lucio on their team, and the Lucio's not that far away. Okay, he's probably going to go down here because he's caught in a bad position, but, for all you know, I've been hearing his skates. For all you knew, he hopped from here to here and was going to boop you off. Maybe you saw it. Maybe you were paying attention. You know that that's not the case, but I wouldn't risk this. Your odds of hooking their hog off the edge are lower than their Lucio's odds of coming and just being like, bye, hog. And you don't have a good hog shot here, and you passed on an easy McCree finish. You're like, hey, there's, an easy McCree there, but I want to put hog off the edge. No, take the hook that's there. This isn't a situation where they have a diva or, a Zarya that's going to cancel your hook or something if you hook the wrong person. So just, hook the person that you can get value off of. If you can put the hog off the edge, great. If there's a McCree, take the McCree. And yeah, that's a mechanics thing. That's a not having the distance correct thing. That's fine. You know how to work on that.
Soldier 76 reporting for duty.
Did you see him? Yeah, you see him. Why? You saw him twice. Why did you not hook him down here for your team to absolutely destroy? He would never get out. You understand that if you hooked him, he would never get out, right? He's got to run all this way through your team, or he's got to try and run here. No, you'd crush him. Now, he might block it with the wall, but what do you care? If he blocks it with the wall, so be it. Purple. See? Didn't get out. Beautiful. So, I like that you're now creating a different angle than your Reinhardt. I do like that. I just wish in general you were doing that more by going up like this. This time it didn't make sense because, you know, there was the hog here for you to deal with. But I wish in general you were going behind cover to get to the new angle rather than just like walking in front of your Reinhardt to get to the new angle. Because just walking in front of the Reinhardt to get to your new angle means you're going to have to spend your breather to get to the new angle too often. Whereas if you walk separately to get to this angle, then you have your breather, and having your breather means you can stay on this angle and be dangerous for longer. I hope that makes sense. Like, if you don't have this, you're going to have to be much more defensive. You're going to have to be much more, okay, I'm scared. I'm going to go back to my Reinhardt if they push me, etc. If you have your breather, you can exist here on your own longer because you have your own self-sustain. You can exist separated from your core without your Ana, without your Mercy. Yes, I know your Mercy is here right now. It's me stating it as an example. Cool. Attacked, so you can't breathe, and you're going to go down even with the nade. Nope. Sweet. Awesome. I have made a lot of wrong predictions this game. That's surprising, but I'm okay with it. Okay, do you know the ult status of their ride? You have whole hog, so you need to be thinking about, hey, is there an EMP? There's not. Is there a shatter? There is. Is there a flashbang? And is there, sleep, dart hook, etc. It's gonna be hard for you to get a good whole hog off into this much available CC. So it really is gonna be, hey, can I come at this from an angle? Can I whole hog them when they're looking at my team, etc. to get a little more value? Nice. Yeah, that wasn't really them looking at your team. That was 3 of them looking right at you while your team is back here. This could be an angle. You could whole hog them up into the wall. This could be an angle. You could whole hog them, and if you get slept or something, who cares? You'll easily be able to get out this way, etc. But that's okay. You got the good hook, and we're not going to discount that. But, I can't help it, so we are going to point this out. You're hacked, that's fine. Okay, if you looked at them, I'm not sure why you didn't then shoot. You instead chose to shoot over there. Turn away! Turn away! Your head, even when you're not doing the take a breather thing, your head is better when you turn away. Like, okay, if you're shooting shots, I can live with it, but you weren't shooting shots at them before. Okay. Turn away. You don't even have shots left in your clip. Please turn away. Please turn away. Please. Please. Turn around. I can see this hog. I can shoot this hog in the face. This hog is harder to shoot in the face. You see that? You see that? You see that, guys? Okay. Now, this is a little better. You've got your arm a little bit more in the way here, so that's helping you a bit. But even so, you have to manipulate the arm to be blocking better. You have to turn a little bit more to the right, etc. Like, your face is still pretty darn visible there. Okay. Look at all that extra damage you're taking. Okay, not a ton, because they're not all headshots. Most of those weren't headshots that hit you, in fact, but against better players, they would have been. You have hook. You know he just got the mega. It's fine. Now you have to close the angle. Okay, you know you'll have your hook back first, and you have your closer pocket. You could have kept chasing him. I'd have preferred you kept your hook for the hog there, who's going to be the higher probability hook than this Lucio that's dancing around. I get that you want to keep your Bastion alive. It was just pretty low probability. Did you get booped? Why are you even down here? Yeah, I'd have preferred you kept chasing that hog and finished that off, because you know the health pack probably isn't back yet, because he already got it when you were doing the previous round of chase, and you know he doesn't have hook and you do, and you know that you are in very similar health positions. So this would, but you're closer to more of your team than he is. Okay. Let's watch this. I want to see you, like the Lucio can't boop you, or is that exactly what happens? No, you just stepped off. You're hacked and you stepped off. You were here with like a soldier health pack and everything. Why would you step off of this? This was so beautiful. You had a soldier health pack. You could have dropped this way for cover. Your team wasn't like about to drop the point or anything. Like this isn't like 80% full of red. I'm using blue. Of course I'm using blue. This isn't 80% filled with red or anything. Why are you dropping? You don't need to contest this while you're hacked. Let them have some free tick onto this, let them go like this, and then go contest it. Let it get to here and then go contest it. You're not a tank comp right now that's going to be doing a lot of on and off to contest it, where you hop on, go off, etc. You're in a situation where once you go on it, you're probably mostly going to stay on it, or you or Reinhardt is mostly going to stay on it. So, you know, you can let it get further before you go and try to go find your stuff between now and then, like not walking onto it when you're hacked, like being standing in the soldier healing pack, etc. That one was reverse. You're looking away from the Sombra, but it's on accident. It's because you're looking at the Lucio. Like, ugh.
Tactical visor activated.
Okay. I mean, we saw it again. Like, if you don't want to take damage from something and you're not actively shooting at it, as Hog, you have a big head hitbox. You should look away from it to make your head hitbox smaller. So your two big things, your one main Hog thing is going to be, hey, Hog's hitbox bigger in front than it is behind. So we want to go ahead and look away from things if we're not shooting at them. If we're retreating from them, if we're doing our breather around a corner, etc., if we want to minimize damage, we can look away from things. And then your big thing in general for all of your tank play is going to be, hey, we don't need to try and go take a 3v6 here. We don't need to go try and take a 3v6 here on what would be the other point. We can literally just take 2 steps back, 3 steps back, wait, and then take our 6v6. We don't need to push into 3v6s just because, oh, they're right here. Surely we'll win with our respawn advantage, and if we just keep throwing numbers at them. Well, no, not necessarily, because they're going to keep getting limbs that aren't getting healed, and they're going to build up a lot more ult charge, and they're going to ult cycle you. So no, just actually get your 6, or actually get your 5 if they have 5, and then go. Get even or better numbers, then go. You're on top of your spawn. You can win if you do that. Anyway, that's what I've got for you here. If you have questions, let me know. Throw it in the comments. You guys know the drill. If chat has any questions, go ahead and put that in there now. Meanwhile, people, if you're enjoying the content, please do feel free to like and subscribe. That definitely helps me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. And down there, you'll see what my rates look like. You can connect with other people that are getting coaching, thinking about getting coaching, talking about Overwatch, figuring out, what do we think the new meta is, etc. Maybe someday I'll tell them, maybe. Or you can participate in the Recruiter Friend special. That's 25% off for both you and a new coachee that you bring in for your next session. So that could be pretty cool. Do I see anything from chat? I don't. So that's what I've got for now. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.